Welcome to Great Chefs of the World, a culinary survey featuring premier chefs from around the globe.
The starter is from Santa Cruz, Bolivia. Employing an unusual method, Gerard Germain first marinates scallops, then burns in grill marks with the culinary branding iron. The main course is presented at Salut, France. Bernard Loiseau cooks sole with the skin on in goose fat, then fillets and serves with mashed potatoes vinaigrette. Dessert is offered in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Luciano Boseggia does the famed Italian dish Zabaglione, flavored with an Italian liqueur instead of Marsala wine. Los Tajibos Restaurant Hotel is also formally associated with, basically, the only convention center in Santa Cruz. In an economically depressed area, it represents almost the lone site for upscale accommodations. The chef there is Frenchman Gerard Germain. His appetizer is a scallop salad. A fish stock used in a marinade begins with chopped carrot. Also chopped red onion.
Ça, on va faire la marinade pour les noix de Saint-Jacques.
They are combined in butter with fish bones, trout eggs, white wine, and water.
Un petit peu d'eau.
After the marinade has cooked, it's strained and cooled.
Voilà, donc ça, c'est le fond de poisson qu'on se servira pour la marinade.
Lime juice is squeezed onto the scallops.
Dans la marinade, un petit peu de lime, de citron vert.
They are seasoned with pepper, white wine, and tarragon white wine vinegar.
Du sel et un petit peu de vin blanc et du vinaigre d'estragon. Donc là, vous avez une noix de Saint-Jacques qui va commencer à...
He says that the scallops have already started to cook in this phase of the marinade. The chef begins to heat a sort of branding iron, which will burn grill marks into the scallops.
C'est bien l'eau. OK. Donc voilà, un petit peu le fumet.
This is the fish stock which has been strained and cooled.
Voilà.
One of the garnishes are triangular shapes of endive leaf.
On lui donne une forme un petit peu en triangle. Saint-Jacques ont bien été marinés.
He says that the scallops are already marinated and the endive leaves are put into the marinade.
Pour tremper un petit peu les endives dans la marinade. Voilà.
Then he adds the husks of a red peppercorn that he says grows only in Bolivia.
On enlève le grain et je me sers de la... Voilà. Alors ça lui donne une couleur, une très très bonne... C'est pas très très fort en goût.
Some olive oil is put on the scallops before branding.
Juste pour marquer les noix. Voilà. Très bien. Quand c'est bien rouge...
Note the iron is red hot.
Voilà, vous avez les Saint-Jacques qui sont marqués. De tapenade.
The plate is started with dabs of tapenade, the black olive puree.
Un petit lit pour chaque Saint-Jacques. Voilà. 5, voilà. Ok. Dessus. Les 5, voilà. Ok. Ensuite, alors,
2 layers of buttered phyllo dough are cut for garnish.
en porte-pièce, en 4 cm de diamètre, 3 cm de diamètre, ça suffit, c'est très bien. Les cercles, on les couche sur la plaque.
Bake at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for a couple of minutes until browned. Check them often. Another garnish is made with a piece of lettuce.
Ensuite, avec l'extrémité, donc, vous la roulez sur elle-même pour faire une sorte de petite fleur. Voilà. On va faire attention au four. Au four.
A compound butter flavored with paprika will be used in the sauce.
Pour monter la sauce. Alors on déglace, non. On
It starts with tarragon vinegar in a very hot pan.
réduit un petit peu de vinaigre d'estragon. On va utiliser la marinade qu'on s'est servi pour les Saint-Jacques et
The marinade.
voilà, c'est très bien. Alors il faut que ça soit un petit peu épaissi, hein, avec le fond de poisson. Vous voyez, ça c'est un petit peu. Voilà, c'est très bien. Nous allons ensuite, voilà,
Half the paprika butter is used.
avec la moitié du beurre. Et l'autre moitié, on va s'en servir après pour au four. Ok. No, otro. Voilà, vous avez.
The rest of the paprika butter is added, and the sauce is mixed with a stick blender.
Le beurre frais, hein, pour la liaison. Bien entre eux,
The baked phyllo discs are added.
les petits disques de phyllo pastry. Voilà. Ok. Qui ont été marinés.
The endive leaves.
On va en mettre 5. Ça devrait aller. Ça fait un petit peu une petite fleur. Hein, ça ressemble un petit peu à une petite fleur. Voilà. Tout autour, alors bien au centre, hein, la salade. Hein. La sauce tout autour de l'assiette. C'est un beurre à l'estragon. Hein, un beurre à l'estragon avec un peu de paprika. De truite.
Fish eggs finished the plate.
C'est la truite du lac.
The chef owner of La Côte d'Or in Salut is Bernard Loiseau. He acquired it in 1982. It had been owned by Alexandre Dumaine and was considered one of the best restaurants outside of Paris. Chef Loiseau brought it back to its former preeminence. Here is his entree, sole with mashed potatoes and chives.
Quand vous voulez. So this is the next recipe. Here we do sole, very important. Do not take off the skins on either side. We want to keep them. So you want to remove all the scales because we're going to eat both of the skins. And with the cooking, it's going to concentrate all the water of the sole, which will go inside the sole. And
as we've done before with the loquacious Chef Loiseau, we will rely heavily on Marc Cosnard de Closet's translation.
So we put the goose fat, which has been melted. Usually it's solid. There it's in a melted state already. It's already been heated. Then we want to season the sole. Salt. Pepper. Both sides. Remember to do both sides. We take the flour, put the salt into the flour. Then pat off extra flour. We put the dark side down first. The dark side of the skin. Dark skin. Down. Okay. Now we're going to make the vinaigrette, which will be mixed with the mashed potatoes. Take some lemon juice. Salt. Pepper. Mix it very well because we want the lemon juice. The lemon juice will dissolve the salt. Olive oil. And shallot, chopped shallots. You always have to taste. You cannot cook unless you don't taste. If there's enough salt, if there's enough pepper, etc. You always have to. If you cook, you always have to taste everything, all the time. Because it's just the potatoes. We haven't added the milk or the butter to them. So here it's too thick. Now we put a little bit of milk. It has to be very creamy. We have the vinaigrette. Then we have the chives at the very last minute, the last minute. Okay, very last minute we have the chives. And we have a little bit of salt. A little pepper. Taste again. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect.
The fish is turned in the goose fat.
So here, it's all perfectly golden. It looks like grilled bread. It's all blonde. And with the two skins, all the juice of the sole stays on the inside. So it's done with goose fat. It never, to cook, it's a new technique. It's a new technique. It's my technique. We cook fish in goose fat because it never burns.
The regular executive chef at the restaurant now trims and fillets a very hot sole.
Okay, now here, he's going to do a really cool, you'll see what he's going to do. He explained it before. He's going to he's going to slide the fillet off the bottom skin, take out the bone and slide it back on again. And that's his like specialty thing. Okay? Okay. Don't take it off completely. Just break the bone inside. Don't tremble. Ah, beautiful. This is the Loiseau touch, although it's not Loiseau himself doing it. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't have to go all the way to the end. Okay, slowly, slowly. Okay, there we take off the bone. So here it's cooked just rosé, just pink at the center of the bone. It's a perfect cooking. It's perfect. It's just pink inside. Okay. And now he's going to put some, he's going to tell us, don't touch anything. Just right here, we put a little bit of salt flour on the inside. 3 or 4 grains, like that. There we go.
Salt flour is the expensive salt that's actually harvested on the French coast.
Now we're going to plate the sole. Here we have the potato vinaigrette. And this is the leftover of the vinaigrette that we didn't add to the potatoes, and we put this on the side.
Voilà. Et
Luciana Bosegia's new Sao Paulo restaurant, Cardinale, was under construction at taping time. He came to the city some 15 years ago, working at the upscale Fasano. He says his new menu will differ and likens it to New Orleans cookery with African and French touches. Not, however, with his dessert, zabaglione. The zabaglione is started with 9 egg yolks and sugar.
Que é muito bom, é muito caro, infelizmente. Mas bem sim com colher de sopa de açúcar. No caso aqui, que a colher é menor, eu vou colocar 2 colheres a mais, tá certo? Agora misture super bem.
The chef whisks the yolks and sugar for quite a while, then adds, instead of the usual marsala, an Italian liqueur called limoncello.
Se colocam 2 ou 3 colheres de limoncello. Pouco perché è molto alcolico, senão o cara fica bêbado. Deixa
The
ferver.
mixture is then put over hot water or a bain-marie and whisked by an assistant until very thick and pale yellow. Meanwhile, the chef will caramelize grapefruit and orange segments in butter and sugar.
Tá ligado aqui? Um pouco de açúcar, porque cítrico é bem ácido, né? Vai, mistura, meu. Né? Vai, é firme, tá? Deixa ficar duro, meu, vai.
Some of the citrus juice is added.
Um pouquinho do caldo da casca da agrume. Você tira do fogo e coloca numa base de uma terrina. Aí, let's go.
After what seemed like interminable mixing, the almost viscous sabayon is poured over the fruit and then put under a broiler. Caramelized citrus zest is garnish.